Hello, this is JB. I live in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today I'm going to talk about a great day that ended in the hospital. Uh, so, August 3rd of last year, 2024, it was a great day in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The weather was great, which it isn't always, especially in the winter, but in the summer it's really nice. Very green, skies are blue, warm, really nice. And that day I went to a baseball game. We have the Green Bay Rockers. It's a collegiate summer league baseball game. I went and watched the baseball team. Can't remember if they won or not, but it was a great day at the ballpark. Had soda and a brat and enjoyed the game. And then I went to the Packers family night. Family night is basically an open practice where you can buy a ticket for $10 and they donate the money to charity. And people a lot of times come as a family. They bring the kids because it's more affordable than going to a game where the seat costs $300 for each ticket. Uh, so I went to that and saw the team, for the 2024-2025 year, and that was great. It's always fun to be in that stadium because it's a historic stadium. A lot of energy in there because people here love people everywhere, but people here especially love the Packers. And it's always exciting when the football season is getting started because all beginnings are hopeful. So you always think at the beginning of the season, oh, maybe we're going to go to the playoffs and Super Bowl and everything else. Um, so people are excited and they want to see how the players have improved from the previous year, and if there's new players, they like to do that. So I went to that, and it was good. And then I went out to dinner, and after that, I went to a bar. I don't drink alcohol anymore, but I still go to the bars, and I drink a Pepsi. And then I rode my bicycle, um, and after that, I went home, and I watched YouTube videos, started winding down, and then I had a headache, and I don't normally get headaches, but I had a headache, and it was a really bad headache, and wasn't going to go away, and I thought about just taking a Tylenol and going to sleep, but it was really bad, and it wasn't normal, and so I called 911. The paramedics came, and they checked me out. They about the only thing they can do is check your vitals. So they checked my vitals, and they said, "Mr. Brown, you have a headache." I said, "Okay." They said, "We can take you to the hospital, but you have a headache. There might be something more wrong, but they'll have to run tests and all that. But if you want, you can just go in there and take a Tylenol and go to sleep." And I said, "Well, I don't, I don't want to go to the hospital because it's going to cost a lot of money. Even though I had insurance, I had forgotten that I had insurance. So it's going to cost a lot of money, and they might just tell me I have a headache and then charge me thousands of dollars. And so I'll just stay home and I'll go to sleep." So I went back inside. They left. They got in their ambulance and started to leave. And right about that time, as they were pulling out, getting ready to pull out of the driveway, I have a long driveway, or I had a long driveway. Um, I felt something like a lightning bolt go on the right side of my brain, and it was bad. It was really bad, and I hit my knees, and I remembered losing feeling in my right side, but I'm told that it would have been my left side that I lost, and that may have been what happened. But I lost feeling in most of my body, but I was able to crawl over to the door and unlock it, so that when I called the ambulance back again, I think I'd already done that, but when they came back again, they wouldn't have to kick the door in, and I was able to get to the door and unlock it, and then I collapsed and I was laying on the floor. And eventually, like, wasn't very long, but like maybe a minute or two later, they came back and they picked me off the floor and put me in the how do you call this thing? A gurney, stretcher or whatever, and they put me in the ambulance, and they took me literally 2 blocks to the hospital, Bellin Hospital. I lived on South Webster in Green Bay, and the hospital's on South Webster, only like 2 blocks away. So I always say they drove me across the parking lot because that's pretty much what happened. It was not that far, but they got me there quick, and then when they got me to the emergency room, they started hooking me up and everything right away, and they didn't understand what was going on because they couldn't see anything. Like I hadn't been in an automobile accident, I didn't fall, other than when I hit my knees. I didn't like have any like injuries. They couldn't figure out what happened. So they did some tests, and one of them was the CAT scan or MRI. I think it was MRI. It showed them that there was what they called a mass in my head, and they kept calling it a mass. And I said, well, what's a mass? Because I know what the word means, but what does it mean in this context? And they said, it's mass, and we'll let you know more when we know more. And so, obviously, started to worry, like, what's going on here? What is this mass? And why is it in my head? And the next day they said, you remember how we told you last night about that mass? And I said, yes, I do. And they said, well, that mass is a tumor. And it's very big. And so the doctor came and he told me, he said, the mass that they found, it's a tumor, and we have to take it out or you're going to die. And his name's Dr. Kenneth Reichert. I like the guy because he didn't bullshit. He said exactly what was going on, straight up, and he didn't leave any gray area. He said this is what's happening, and so he said very clearly that they have to take it out or it was going to kill me. You're going to die, and I knew that was serious because once you die that first time, you don't get to die again. You don't come back, and so I was concerned, obviously, but he said that there was a plan and that I was going to have surgery, but they had to find a operating room for that to take place because apparently in the summertime everybody decides to get hurt at the same time, and so they have a lot of surgeries in the summer, and so it was going to take a couple of days, and then so that was the 4th. Sunday the 4th of August, and then I think on the 5th he let me out. In the evening of the 5th he let me out, and on the the 5th and the 6th I went around and did a lot of things that I enjoyed doing because I thought I might not ever get the chance to do them again, because he explained that there was a chance that I could die because there was a tumor in my brain. And he also explained that if there were complications, if the tumor was attached to the brain in certain ways, that removing it could cause damage to the brain. It could affect my life, like my ability to think and speak and take care of myself and do all this kind of thing. So physical and cognitive abilities. And I was very worried about that because like I didn't want something to go wrong and then I would be like in a position where I couldn't take care of myself. And I've been single all my whole life. All of my family lives in North Carolina, and I live in Wisconsin. And so I was really concerned, like, what's going to happen if something goes wrong, and I need somebody to feed me and help me take a shit and like change my diaper and all this, and help me put my clothes on. Like, what am I going to do? And so I was really concerned about that, but I was more concerned about my abilities to think and speak, because speaking is very important to me, because I've always, from my whole life, been the kind of person that like I express myself. I'll tell you what I think. You might not like it, but I'll tell you. And so I was concerned that I wasn't going to be able to do that anymore because it's very much part of who I am. I mean, this is what I've done for 20 years, speaking on behalf of myself, but also other people, and I've been very effective and very successful in helping other people by using my voice to fix their problems. So I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to do that. I wasn't going to be able to go on and become a lawyer. I'll make other videos and talk about that. But this tumor was, at first, when I saw the picture, I saw a picture that was out of proportion. I called it a candy bar because it appeared to me small, but it was not small. It was the size of a tangerine, and at least my dad said at first that he was told it was the size of an orange or a baseball, but I think tangerine is probably closer to what it was. Either way, it was big, and it was on the side of my brain, and so basically my brain was wrapped around this tangerine like this, and they had to pull it out of there, and it had been putting a lot of pressure on my brain apparently, and removing it was going to help. So and it was going to keep it, because if it kept growing, it was going to cause more problems with the brain and eventually kill me, like the doctor said. So that Saturday, the August 3rd, went from being a really good day where I had a lot of fun. I went to the baseball game, the football game, the restaurant, bar, rode my bicycle, watched some videos, had a good day, to losing my health. Because, I mean, I'd had some health issues before, but they were self-inflicted. I've talked about those in other videos, but on two different occasions, 2020 and 22, I was very depressed, and I drank alcohol, and also took over-the-counter and prescribed medications that I was prescribed, and in attempts to hurt myself, and I did hurt myself, and I almost killed myself both times. But now I know or think that that depression could have been caused by the tumor in the way that it was affecting my brain. I don't know that, but I think that's very much possible. But long story short, I went from being in health where I could ride a bicycle and go around all day and have a great day, no major concerns, average health or good health, and then at the point where my life was in question. And so I'll have more to say about this whole brain tumor and the process and everything that happened in other videos. But thanks for listening to this one. Thanks for watching.